morning, everybody. It's Jackie for our stretch portion of our abs and stretch class. So I'm going to have you come down onto the floor, listen to your body today. Don't overstretch, but I want you to kind of connect with your breath and take this opportunity to relax, move, and stretch. So we're going to start on your tailbone, and we're going to start with a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to have you bring 1 foot forward. You can do this workout in your bare feet, in your socks, or in shoes. It's up to you, whatever feels comfortable for you. But I want you to focus on your posture for a moment. I want you to think about stacking your spine, rolling your shoulders up, back, and down, and then just take your hands out to potted palm. Roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. Flex your front foot for me and take a couple deep breaths here. Good, take your arms up and then forward fold. So our hamstrings tend to be a little tight for most of us, mine included. So spread your hands and just lean the heart forward and think about lifting out of the low back. Your foot is flexed, your heart lifts, shoulders still down your back. Good, if you can reach for your toe, go ahead and reach, bringing the toe back towards your chest. And then exhale a little bit further in your forward fold. And so with these stretches, as opposed to at the end of class when we go kind of fast because we're running out of time, little insider instructor tip or information, but here I want to have you stay in these positions and these stretches for a little bit longer. Good, come on up with your back. Take your front arm, lift it up, bring it towards the bent leg, and I want you to take your back arm up and over, stretching out of the low back. Soften your elbow, relax your shoulder, and fold a little deeper as you breathe out. Good, we're going to focus a little bit on hamstrings at the beginning of our stretch today. Take an inhale and exhale, bring the arm back. So I want you to shift your weight back, draw the heel in towards your tailbone, and again, stack your spine. Go ahead and grab the bottom of the foot, find your balance, find your stability, and then unfold the leg. And if your hamstring is super tight, keep a bend in your knee. It's okay. If you can straighten the leg, that's great. Draw your shoulders down your back, lift your heart. Good. And then release the foot towards the floor. Cross this leg over. Take your hands to the outside edge of your thighs and lift up. And hold it there. I'm going to just check and make sure everything's working technically. All right, here we go. So you're pressing your hips towards the floor. Fingers are potted palms. Shoulders are down your back. Spine is stacked. You're breathing in and down, and exhale fully. Good, one more round of breath. Good, go ahead and release the forward leg and take it back to a 90-90 stretch. So front knee is bent, back knee is down directly from your hip, and rotate your heart towards the side corner. So you're going to feel an opening in your hip flexor, opening in your inner thighs. You're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in the front glute as we fold forward. So come on down onto your forearms. Spread your hands. And if you're not accessible to this position, just lift your heart, just lean forward a little bit. But if you can get your forearms to the ground, that works. Think about the crown of your head coming towards the camera, towards the screen. Take an inhale as you exhale, come on up. Nice work, bring that back leg around, and we're gonna switch sides. So opposite leg comes forward, starting again from the top, that hamstring stretch. Flexing the foot, stacking your vertebrae, shoulders back down your back. Lift. Take your hands out to potted palm, roll your shoulders back, shoulders down your back. So you're nice and tall, heart is lifted. And then soften through the torso a little bit. Reach the back arm towards your toe, flexing the foot so you get a stretch through the foot, the calf, and then lift it out of the low back and fold forward. After about maybe a few seconds, you'll feel the body relax into the fold or relax into the stretch. You'll feel almost like a little release where you can go a little deeper into your stretch. Lengthening the back of the leg. Breathe in, and as you exhale, go a little deeper if you can. Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of COVID stress right there in that hamstring. Come on up with the head, neck, and shoulders. Take your arm, bring your elbow towards the bent leg. Spiral the back arm towards the foot. Stretch. This is more for your lower back and continuing to flex the hamstring or stretch the hamstring. A little deeper if you can. And then exhale, spiral the arm back. Lift up through the heart, slide the heel back towards your tailbone, grab a hold of the bottom of the foot, lift your chest, find your balance and stability, then unfold the foot. You can tell this hamstring is a lot tighter than the other one, but press your shoulders down your back. You can flex through the knee, that's okay. Just try to lift your heart, keeping your spine straight. One more cycle of breath here, breathing in and down. And exhale. Go ahead and fold the leg. And this time I want you to take the opposite leg forward into your 90-90 stretch. Potted palm, chest up. Feel the opening of the back hip flexor. And then come forward onto your forearms, if that feels good. Spread the hands. If you struggle with piriformis issues, this is a really good stretch for you. Nice work. Come back to the palm of your hand and press your chest up. All right, bring the back foot forward, shake the legs out a little bit. Bring both legs together this time. So we start on one hand and then the other, and now we're gonna do both. So potted palm, lift your chest. I wanna make sure your spine and your shoulders are nice and straight. Well, the top portion of your spine anyway. Lift. And now we're gonna fold. Exhale. Reach for the toes, tuck the chin. Feel the whole back side of the body release. If you can bring the crown of your head towards the toes as you exhale. Knees can still be bent if that feels good for you. And then release, crown of your head back towards the ceiling. So go ahead and point your toes for me. You're sitting up nice and tall. Deep breath in. We're gonna make this a little more dynamic. Exhale, fold forward, stretch. Inhale, lift. And then sweep the arms back and down, opening up through the heart center. Arms come forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, draw your navel in. Fold forward. Inhale, up. Arms out. Let's do that 2 more rounds. Breathe in. Exhale, come forward. And then release. And arms come back. Last one. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release the arms. Nice job. Slide the tailbone forward. I'm going to have you come down onto your back. So we're going to extend your back leg straight. Bottom leg's going to come in towards your chest. And then just play with that knee by rocking it side to side. And then take the knee towards the back, and you're gonna rotate your gaze towards the front. So you're twisting through the spine and releasing through the outer hip. And then come back and release the leg. Bring the opposite foot in, knee towards your chest, rock it side to side. Draw in, and then back off of the stretch a little bit. Bring your knee forward and extend the back arm towards the back wall and wring out your spine. Looking over your back shoulder. See if you can bring your knee a little closer to the floor. And then roll back onto your back and set that foot down. Bringing both soles of your feet back onto the floor. We said our focus today was hamstring, so I'm going to do a hamstring stretch while we're lying back. So hamstring lengthens, reach for the calf, and thigh, whatever feels good for you. Root your hips down, long ham. And then cross it over, push the knee away, opening up through your hip pocket, thread the needle. We do this one a lot, but it's a great stretch. It's that figure 4 stretch. Knee draws in, use your elbow to press the thigh away, opening up through your glutes. And release. Other side, hamstring, long leg, foot is flexed. That feels good. You can reach a little higher if you like. Hips anchored to the floor. Breathe. You got it, cross it over. Push the knee away. And then hug the sole, or the bottom foot in. I was just thinking how dirty the bottoms of my soles of my shoes are. I need to switch shoes. Hug your knee in. And then release. Good job. Bring the knees in towards your chest. We're gonna rock up to a seated position. Slide your tailbone back, and I'm gonna roll you over onto all fours. So let's stretch a little bit through the shoulders. So we're gonna come into child's pose, extend your arms, and before we go to a traditional child's pose, I want you to tuck your toes and just push back and press the shoulders to the floor. So you're getting a stretch through the bottom of the feet as well through the shoulders. And stay here lengthening the side body by bringing the hips back towards your ankles. Pressing armpits towards the floor. And stay here for 2 more cycles of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more breath in and out. Lift the heart just a little bit, untuck the toes. So you're gonna take your front arm, take it across the body, bringing your back arm towards your knee. So you're stretching through the side body, coming into child's pose. Make sure the top of the feet are on the floor. And stretch through the front arm, into the shoulder, into the lap. And then switch. Bringing the opposite arm over, press down. This is one of my favorites. Just really feel the side opening up. It gives you a lot of range of motion through the shoulder. Really, really good stretch. Take an inhale as you exhale. Bring the arms straight forward. And take your back arm. You're gonna go through the armpit like you're threading a needle And bring the arm forward on a diagonal. Your palm is up. And you're gonna turn your cheek so your cheek rests on your bicep. So we're stretching the back shoulder of the back arm, or the back of the shoulder of the back arm. And just go ahead and let your body melt into this stretch. If this is too much for your knees, you can come up a little bit higher and just find a position that works for your knees. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift the heart, unthread the needle, taking the opposite arm on a diagonal towards the back. Turn your head, cheek connects with your bicep, and release. One more deep breath here. And exhale. And lift the heart center. So I'm going to ask you to bring the toes together, knees out. So you're going to go into a wider child's pose. Bring the hands to the floor. Extend your arms, but bring your palms together. Elbows walk out, and you're going to bring the thumb towards the nape of the neck. And once you get there, you might be able to adjust the hips, adjust the elbows forward a little bit, and just let your belly go. So often we hold on to our stomach, kind of bracing through your core, but this is your opportunity to just let everything go and breathe. I'm going to stay here for 5 cycles of breath. Allow your hips to soften. Allow your chest to come a little bit closer to the floor. Spine is long. Inhale, and as you exhale, release the hands back down to the floor. Walk your hands back in towards your shoulders. Slowly lift the head. Nice job. So I'm going to have you have a seat on your tailbone. Go ahead and sit crisscross or one leg extended. Take your arms, we're going to do a side fold. Pressing your hips towards the floor. Open up through the rib cage. Breathe. And switch. Shoulders relax. And another time towards the side wall. And switch. Come back to a neutral spine. Take one arm up, place it on the outside edge and twist. Using your body to rotate a little deeper by pressing your hand to your knee. You might even feel a little bit of a stretch through the shoulder, in the back. And release. Switch sides. Relax. And now release. We're almost done. So come to your hands and knees. Hands right underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes once again like we did in that child's pose while we were stretching our feet. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press back into down dog. So I want you to see if you can reach your heels towards the floor. Draw your navel in. Hope this is not a bad angle for the camera. Make sure your feet are a little wider than your hips, and we're gonna pump the knees. So stretching the whole back side of the body. One heel comes to the floor at a time. If you want a tighter fitness top. Good, press both feet towards the floor. Lift the hips up, stretch. And bend your knees, walk your feet forward. Stay here for a moment, and our focus was hamstrings today. I want you to just do a standing fold. So the tailbone goes up, your spine is long. See if you can get as much bend out of the knees as you can. You can even grab the elbows and frame the head, giving yourself a little more resistance for the stretch. You can keep your fingers to the floor. If you can't reach, that's okay. Just let the spine decompress. Lift the tailbone up. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Bend your knees. Place your hands above your knees and roll up gently. Good, roll your spine. And then I'm close to my wall in my basement. If you have a chair or a wall, something close, we're gonna do that same downward dog stretch, but we're not going all the way down to the floor. So I'm gonna ask you to step your feet wider than our first down dog, and then find something to anchor yourself on. Your back is flat, and you're just gonna stay here. Try not to overextend the head. You wanna keep your ears right in line with your biceps, holding onto the wall. And again, this is going to stretch the hamstrings, but it's also going to stretch your side, stretch your shoulders. Gravity is kind of our friend here, allowing us to feel the stretch a little bit more intensely. I'm going to stay here for 2 more cycles of breath. Long side body. 1 more deep breath. And exhale. Good job. Bend the knees, drop the hands, and roll up. Good, so take your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And let's just finish it up with 3 deep inhales. Inhale up, exhale out. Breath in, exhale. 1 more, breath in, exhale. Nice job, guys. I hope you had a great class, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.